Yo, what's going on out there, folks? It's 424 Live coming at you live from 424 HQ. What's going on? I'm just gonna shut this off. Yeah, how's it going out there tonight? I hope if you're catching the replay, don't forget you can always 1.5, 2x through this bad boy. And yeah, if you're catching us live, thanks for coming through. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you nerd. Just gonna get the live stream pulled up here, make sure we're going. But yeah, it's been an interesting week. Hope you're doing well. And Jay, unfortunately, is not here tonight. He had some car issues, and I'm honestly not feeling 100%. So I figured, well, might as well do like a chill stream here. I think next week we're gonna be doing the pizza party. My birthday next week, so that's gonna be cool. And yeah, we're just gonna be just chilling, man. So I'm gonna come in on here, check this out, make sure my sound's doing good and everything. Yeah, I don't know. They changed this up on here. I guess I can go here. Yeah, but things are going pretty well. I hope things are going out there well for you. Mike, what's up, buddy? Just checking in on this. It sounds pretty good. Cool. Yeah, so I don't know. What's going on? Hey, what's up, Gabe? What up, Task fam? Hey, Matt. What's going on out there? What's going on? Mike has his first hater. Tell us more about that, man. That sounds really interesting. What's been going on, Mike? You got you got some hate going on? Jason, what's up, man? What's going on? I got my images tape over there. I wanted to do like quick Instagram bump of that thing. Yeah, just chilling though. Jay's I should probably tell Jay we're going, but oh, that sucks, Mike. Why? Dude, that sucks, dude. I mean, haters mean you made it, bro, so you're doing good. Yeah, let me grab that. You know, I hope things are going good out there for you. Things are going pretty well tonight. Like I said, I'm feeling a little under the weather, but maybe it's just the weather, who knows. But cheers, I got some coffee tonight. We'll see who shows up, who comes through. All right, I'll grab that tape. Oh, hey Gil, what's up? How's it going, my friend? Oh yeah, that's something we got to talk about, Jason. It's gonna be. I think there's only 2 more episodes of the pod left. I guess we'll make the announcement. I was talking a little bit about it with Jay today. I was talking with Brian. So like just. I'm going to be working on. I'm working on a 424 book, essentially from a lot of the pods and some of the tactics and things like that. So that's kind of where I'm going to be focusing the energy from the pod stuff and not doing the pod stuff. So yeah, dude. I'm sorry to say that the pod is going to be unfortunately on hiatus, and I know that there's like some really mega fans out there. I guess if the mega fans really want it back, we can make it back. But yeah, I guess it just comes down to timing stuff. You know, there's only so much time in the day, and I want to focus on some other things right now. I hope that's not too big of a shock to anybody. So, but yeah, so it's the last days of the pod. There's 2 episodes left. Tomorrow it's going to be kind of like reflections on what's been going on with the pod. And then, or like what I've learned from it. That's a pretty good episode. And then the next one is, the last one is called Are You Experimental? So got 2 episodes left this week and next week. And yeah, do a poll. That sounds good. I should do a poll. Well, just based on like, even I was telling Jay, like the analytics of, I mean, I think it's funny because out of all the things I do on the channel, I think the pod is one of the more relaxing, and not that the rest of the channel is not relaxing, but I really enjoy doing it. But it seems to be the thing that garners the least amount of not attention, but I guess attention. Yeah, it's like it's kind of in a way it almost seems like it's hurting the channel more than it's helping. But I guess if I'm incorrect about that, or if the analytics are incorrect about that, I could definitely keep doing it, or just keep uploading the pods or something. I don't know. I guess I should have checked in with y'all and seen what y'all think first. This is really throwing me off. This other usually let me go into something else here. If I can figure out how to get there. Creator Studio Classic. Yeah. I mean, I like so YouTube has like the new YouTube Studio Beta. It's pretty cool, but there's like certain things you can't really do there. But yeah, so that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, was just make the announcement about the last days of the pod. Gil said the 2 last episodes sounds like Game of Thrones last season. Scary but full, or scarring but full of hope for the future. Yeah, I hope it's. I know I hate to leave you guys like hanging, but like I said, it's sort of a it's sort of a hiatus, a short hiatus. I mean, if like I said, if it winds up I miss it, or if people really miss it, then we'll bring it back, you know. Oh, see this? I'm sorry, guys. I should have looked into this beforehand. But yeah, so I don't know. It kind of goes along with just how I've been feeling this year since I took the break. I've just been kind of trying to figure out, you know, what makes the most sense to put my energy into. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right, I'm back. We're back here. Yeah, so it's like there's only so many things you can do, you know. So, and even the book thing is like, I'm not sure how I feel about it, because it's a lot of work too. I've been working on that, culling together all the episodes from that. I was thinking about maybe doing a Kickstarter for it. I don't know. Is a book even something that anybody in the chat is really interested in terms of the channel? Because that's a whole other thing, right? Is I could put a lot of time into doing that, but if it's not even something that people want or interested in, it kind of seems. I mean, I want to do it, but it's just a lot. There's other things I could spend that time doing. You know, I hate to think that that's. You know, I mean, that's a good discussion. Maybe we could have that discussion right now. You know, like, how do you determine where to spend your time as a creative person, right? Do you know, I was talking with Sean about this, and, you know, in the film industry, they say you do one film for the meal and one for the reel, meaning you got to do one to get paid, and you got to do one to add to your, you know, you show to other companies your reel, basically what you want to do. So, which always begs the question with creative stuff is, do you do what you enjoy, or do you do what pays the bills? Not that like any of this stuff is really at that level of, like, you know, but I think it's an interesting concept, because then you can go down this road of, well, should I be doing this because I want to do it, or do I need to do, or should I do something because I have these other goals? Okay, how about an audiobook? Jason said. Mike said he can't read. Recorded on the 424. Lots of gear pictures. That's actually a really good idea. No, I was thinking just like it's almost like a self-help kind of book, in terms of getting stuff done for the like creative tactics for getting things done. Basically, a lot of the stuff with the podcast, some of the subjects of that, but elaborated on. I mean, a book with like pictures would be dope, but I don't know. I have to look into it. PDF only, yeah, that's an idea too. I was definitely thinking of having a ebook option with it, because even just the shipping of it, if somebody's in other countries or like to Europe, it's very expensive just to ship like a book. So yeah, I don't know. That's a really good idea. Definitely having it as a PDF too, Gabe. I mean, I had a really fun time writing the Cure for Gas ebook that's on the website. And a lot of people seem to really enjoy that one. And that's just like a PDF. It's like 20 pages. This one would probably be closer to 100, 200 pages, like more of like a a hefty book. So it would definitely take a little more time. That's my background is more, it was writing, and that's kind of what I pursued for a while. So it's kind of a passion project. Make it a zine. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how long it would be. Do zines have like a specific length that they could be? That's actually not a bad idea. I mean, right now I've been working on it. It's like the draft that I have is like almost 70,000 words, so it's kind of a lot. I mean, I have to go through and cut some stuff out and elaborate on some stuff and maybe add a couple parts, but yeah, it's like novel length right now. The first draft of it. So, but that's the thing. Like, I have a first draft of it. It's gonna take, some time to like cull together over that and edit it, and it's a big time investment. And that's what I'm kind of at. I'm kind of assessing like, well, this is a fucking book. I'm writing a book for a podcast that like nobody's really asking me to write a book for. If that makes sense. So. I'm in such a weird spot. Yo, what's up, Nick? How you doing? Well, I think they can be as long as you'd want, but it might still technically be a book. I think the most important thing is to keep the fire. Nice, Gil. That's great advice. Great advice. Yeah, I think that is the most important thing. Like, it's just funny, as you get older, I'm sure everybody here can relate. You just have less time to do stuff, and as much as you want to be able to do all these things. Like, I was telling Jay this today. I talked to Jay. Unfortunately, Jay's car is in the shop. It kind of, something happened with it. The mechanic fucked it up on him, and so he wasn't able to come tonight. And like I said, I wasn't feeling the greatest, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a chill one from the house, and maybe keep it a little shorter. And then next week is the pizza party for my birthday, so definitely come through. Hey, what's up, Warren? What's going on? We're just talking about this book I'm working on for the channel. Not sure if I'm even going to put it out. Not sure if it's something people are readers. Mike said he doesn't read, or he can't read actually. Gabe definitely has a great suggestion with the PDF only. I like that idea. Yeah, I guess it can be as long as you want. In terms of zines, I mean, I've done some like chapbooks and things like that. It's just that, like I said, this is like, I think it's going to be between like 40,000 and like 70,000 words. Like I said, because right now the draft is at like 66K, and it's a lot. And I think I want to cut it down, and I don't even know the cost of it too. Like it seems like books, to print them. I could do like a print on demand thing on Amazon. I was thinking about trying to Kickstarter it if it's like a book that, I don't know, just having a really low goal, and maybe just making 20 copies. But I mean, you can do print on demand, so I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what to do about it, which is part of the reason I wanted to chat about that tonight. And just where to put your time as a creative person is always a really tough. It's a really tough thing to figure out. Yo, what's up, Jeb? He said, Mike, you got great insights. However you want to get them out there, I'm supportive. I actually have some of your thoughts posted on my fridge. Wow, dude, that's awesome. Thanks, man. That's really cool. Next to your all your magnets. I like that. Warren said I'm a copy editor. All right, cool. Thanks, Warren. I will once I need to like do maybe one more draft or so, and we'll chat, dude. Matt said, "What's a zine magazine?" Yeah, it's okay. That's what Gabe said. It's a zine, more DIY oriented. Yeah, it's kind of like like an underground magazine, I guess. Yeah, Warren, definitely email me about that. 424recording@gmail.com. Like I said, I gotta decide whether I'm really gonna go forward with it. I'm trying to figure out like how many hours it's gonna take to do, and then that was like the whole reason I was gonna stop or like go on hiatus with the pod. there's a few reasons why the pod is in the last days of it for now, but it's funny just because like I think tomorrow's podcast will actually illuminate a lot about that. Like making a podcast as a musician is a very I think my buddy Freddie Weber, I don't think he still does his either. He's a musician out of the UK, and he had a podcast where he was writing some songs and talking about music, and he's kind of shifted his focus more into a channel. And I really think that that's kind of the goal or the way forward. Like podcasts in general, it kind of seems like, I mean, anybody can have one, but in terms of like music stuff, and like it almost feels like I should spin it off into a totally different project, like the podcast. Oh yeah, 80% rule. That'd be really good to put in there. Actually, I gotta go back through some of those old, some of the older. Use that all the time. Uh-oh, we got the spinning wheel of death. Like a zombie. And it looked like I was like out there. Nick said he literally just bought a 44 about an hour ago. Wow, congrats. I hope I'm saying that right, Nick. Niche. Nick, that's awesome. Congrats. Man, you got to put it out if you have 60,000. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just like from the podcast, you know, and then just going back through and kind of, you know, going back through and kind of elaborating on some things and cutting some things out. And then there's like a lot of stuff I want to add to it. Maybe it's not worth rushing to get it done. I should just keep working on it in the background. Yeah, I just wonder. There's like a lot of different things you can do with it. Yeah, it's a big project, man. That's the whole other problem with it is like that is a lot of words. Like I've only ever written one or two things that were ever that long, and it's a project. You know, even something that's like 20K is considerable, you know, and this is about 3 times that. But I just gotta work on it. Yeah, it's just a big project, that's all. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Jason, what's up? We got the Jasons up in here. I'm just gonna grab the tape that Jason sent me over here. It's behind the camera. Hold on. Yeah, so I wanted to bump this stuff. This is Jason's zine that he sent me, since we're talking about zines. Painted Blonde, #2. It's all his artwork and stuff. And then this is the tape. Pretty dope. Jason's label. The art is really sick. Oh yeah, I got my little guy here too. Fucking dope. Yeah, so that's the tape that Jason sent. Or I bought it from Painted Blonde. It's Jason's drummer, her stuff. Jason, you might as well let us know what's up. But yeah, images, really cool stuff. Really dope tape. Put it right over here. Yeah, so thanks for sending that, Jason. I'm glad that it came a couple days ago, but I finally opened it, been bumping it. It's great, dude. You did a really good job as always with all the art and stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, it's Painted Blonde. PaintedBlonde.com, right? I think we were bumping that the other day. Oh, that's a good idea, Gabe. You could do a Charles Dickens and serialize each chapter. That's not a bad idea. You should release a single bow reading. Yeah, all the Jasons are up in here. Jeb, thanks for that though. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that means a lot that there's like you got some sayings on the fridge over there. Yeah, Elsa, man, that's some really cool stuff. You should release a single on Type 2 and 4-track. That's not a bad idea. The Type 2 tapes are just so expensive. Thanks, man. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, that's what I was thinking. Last days of the podcast. If you've been sleeping on the pod, I guess you might as well just keep sleeping on it. It's going to be two final episodes. One is going to be if anybody's interested in doing a podcast yourself as a musician, and just some of the that's tomorrow's episode. Sort of, kind of just some advice, general advice. I was thinking that would be like an appendix in the book, and because I learned a lot doing it, and I've learned a lot about a lot of different things, but in pursuing the podcast and having a podcast, but that's why I didn't like. I think it's important to look at things as an experiment, and that's kind of how I've been looking at the podcast. And that's kind of what I talk about tomorrow. So then the last one is all about just experiments and conducting your life as if it's one big experiment. And they actually get into some Latin in that episode, which is pretty interesting. Type 2 is like Egyptian mummies. Very rare, I'm assuming. I'm going to listen the last 2.5 feet. All right, that sounds good, man. It's funny going back and listening to him, too. I feel like I got really good at... I got so much better at explaining my thoughts. And I noticed the ones where I wrote out like an outline were better. And that's even now, like doing this stream solo, I'm trying to really just slow down and really think about what I'm going to say. Because I noticed there's a lot of, in those earlier ones, like I'm all over the place. But it was a really interesting experiment. Jay and I started doing it on the live stream as sort of a supplement to the live stream. Because it was like, oh, well, Jay's here. We might as well just do a stream, do a podcast of it. But that doesn't really work because it's kind of random questions. And if you're here for the stream or if you're on YouTube, you're probably just going to watch the stream on YouTube. And then it morphed into the interviews with people, which was a really fun thing. Mike was on there. James came through. I don't know if James is here. And that was really cool, like the interviews. And then it morphed into solo ones about like creative stuff. So it was a really interesting evolution. And I'm really glad that I was able to do all those different formats and try some things out. Yeah, sorry, Jason. Oh man, it seems like a lot of people are gonna miss the pod. That makes me sad. Oh yeah, National Audio Company, definitely. I definitely recommend National Audio Company. That's where I've always gotten the tapes from, and that's where they did the giveaway. I'm gonna reach out to them for the 4,240 subscriber mark. I'm gonna see if they want to do another giveaway for that. That'd probably be next year at some point, I'm assuming, if the channel grows that fast. But so tell your friends if they're looking for some free tapes. Definitely doing a giveaway at 4,240 subscribers. Yeah, Delta Media. Here, I'll throw that one. I don't know why that one got. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely still making vids, Jason. Not vids of like the pod. The pod is. I'm gonna just start pretty much just doing the stream with Jay and then the videos on Fridays. Unless there's something that comes up during the week, some random ones. But yeah, pretty much the pod is gonna, like Thursdays, I'm not gonna be doing anything. Pretty much just gonna use the time. See, this is why I'm not sure what to do, because I was gonna use the time from the pod to write the book, and then I wasn't even sure if it made sense to make the book. So, but yeah, I'm kind of like shifting that time into other projects, which is, because I think there's some really good stuff. I think it would make it. It's making a pretty good read, and just a really good roadmap for people in like creative situations or creative projects. But just it might be a way that I do stuff from now on. Like next time I want to like put another book together, I might just do a podcast for a year and then take the best episodes, kind of like this one. So the pod is definitely going to be on hiatus after 2 weeks. So. I saw. Oh yeah, Connor, what's up? He said, did you see that reverb video of Alessandro Cortini using the 414? I really want to do something like that. Yeah, I saw that video. That video is awesome. The one on reverb. I actually noticed that since that one's come out, there's been a lot more traffic to the channel, to my channel, about like 414s and how to record on the 424. Which I don't know if it's just there's a correlation there. Could be, but I mean that maybe I just noticed today, and like because they have that real time analytics thing, a lot more people seem to be searching for those older videos because those videos don't really, once in a while I guess they get plays and stuff. But yeah, I saw that. That's really cool. I used to have a 414. I want to do more experimental stuff, kind of like Alessandro. It's really cool, like what he's doing with that, like that noise, ambient, or more of the ambient style stuff. I wonder what his maintenance routine for that 4-track is, because they seem to rely on that a lot live. So I wonder if he has like a few of them, or if he's like constantly fixing it, or what the story with that is. But yeah, cool video. You guys should check it out for sure. I think it's just probably on the Reverb site. It came up in my feed a bunch of times. Oh yeah, Gabe, I think I know what you're saying. There's another company making Type 2s. There's like a new ones, like something the Masters. Have you guys seen those ones? They're like an orange. They're like an orange. I just had like a complete brain stop there. they're like orange packaging. I don't know. One of you guys probably knows what it is. Yo, Matt, what's up, buddy? Mikey Mike's was switching gears on his homies. By now you should know we're along for the ride. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thanks, Matt. Delta Media. Yep, you can get stuff at Delta Media. No, we're still Jay and I. We haven't had a chance to do the album. I don't know what's happening with that too. So I'm going to be putting out a tape at some point soon on Jason's label that this came out on. Shameless self-promotion, hashtag shameless. The songs are pretty much all done. I've been meaning to do some of them with Jay. Depends on the deadline, man. Like if we can't get it going, I might just use the existing demos because they sound pretty good. But I might just do the whole thing over, or just I wanted to change a couple things, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we gotta. I feel like if Jay and I can make it together, we could crack it out, or crack out a lot of it in like a Saturday. But I don't know. Hopefully we can make that happen. But there's definitely a contingency plan. That's the other big project. Like I was saying, I think last week with Jay, and those are like my two big projects right now. Like extracurricular is the book and what I'm doing with the podcast episodes, and then the new album, the new Be Cool Cowboy album. Be Cool Cowboy album. They're like really funny, really weird. Thanks, Jeb. You'll have a good book. For some reason, books I always come back to. Podcasts are more like fleeting. I think your videos are always thanks, dude. Yeah, that was the thing too. I feel like it was a good way. It's almost like how I think Jason was saying, like serializing. Oh no, Gabe was saying like Charles Dickens serializing each chapter. That's kind of like what blogs do or used to do, or some people who have blogs used to. They would write 100 posts in a year, pick the best 50, and then make that into a book, because there's certain people that haven't never heard of the blog, and there's certain people that like the blog and they'll just get the book. And there's also like Jeb's saying, it's like, it is a fleeting thing. People kind of forget. I've listened to so many podcasts at work, and it was like very entertaining in the moment, but then like I don't know how much of it I retained, right? So I think as a way to, I think that's a really cool use of a podcast is if you want to write a book, showing up each week, and it's almost as if, I don't know how many solo ones, maybe 10 or something, or 12, and they all are kind of like a chapter, So that's what I was talking about with Brian, is like, well, I could just, take off from the pod for a little while and then resume it, and that could be another project, it could be another sort of another book, right? Like it might be a good way to write a book, because show up for half a year doing podcasts, talking about something you're passionate about, talking about things that are related, and then at the end of that year you can go back, and if you did it every week, you could take half of them or a quarter of them and write a dope ass book. So yeah, there are a few of those Alessandro videos. That's true, Matt. He did it. There was one or two where it was even before Reverb, and then Reverb kind of found him and had there's another Reverb video, and then I think there's just another one interviewing him, Alessandro, like at a gig, pretty much at his, like at a setup. Yeah, that's my thing too. Warren says I just do basic recordings with the 414. That's how I feel too. Like I just kind of do like basic, like rock kind of stuff. But there's a whole culture of people that do ambient and noise stuff on them, use them as instruments. Oh, thanks, Gil. He said your album Just a Trick is just crazy, so inspiring. Filming this creation was so great. Needed number 2. Thanks, dude. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? It'd be fun to try to film some of the process of that, because that was so much fun. I think that's what you mean, is like filming the process of Just a Trick was really fun and really fulfilling and really easy, because it was just like, oh, I'll set up the camera, I'm working on something, and I want to do that more for this new thing that's going to be coming out too. So yeah, I got to get moving on that. What do you think the due date is on that, Jason? Sponsored by Painted Blonde. Maybe it's just a re-upload. I think it's a different one. Oh, thanks, Jason. He said I have a problem getting started on a project. What do you think? Thanks. That's part of it too, right? The productivity. I was reading that book, The Productivity Project, and that's actually what got me kind of thinking about the pod and getting a little ruthless with where I've been spending my time. Because I just feel like there's other things that I could be doing that would be more productive in terms of the 424 world, I guess. And it's tough because I love it. It's like it's funny because the podcast is like one of the things that it's really fun for me to do, but at the same time, in terms of like the goals for the channel, and it almost, in terms of the YouTube stuff, it almost hurts the channel by doing those. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I mean, it doesn't hurt the channel, but it's odd because I guess, well, like Matt was saying, like you guys, the core task fam are down with whatever, if that's some, so are willing to go on the journey regardless. So I think it would make more sense to spin it off into like a separate channel and just have like a separate, or maybe just keep it as a podcast. Maybe just not upload the videos. I don't know. Something I'll consider. Something that I'll consider. Like I said, if there's a blowback, if there's a big enough blowback on the pod disappearing, then it could definitely keep it going. I like it as an outlet, but yeah, it's just funny, It's funny. I'm not sure. It's always a constant reassessment of things, I suppose. But yeah, what do you find the hardest when you're trying to get started, Jason, on your projects? Jason Holmes. Like because I feel like that's the hardest part, is starting it. And one tactic I read about in that book was just set aside like a really short amount of time to get started. Say you're going to work on it, set a timer for 5 minutes and work on it for 5 minutes, and you'll probably work on it for a lot longer. The Warren's digging the book format. Cool. Yeah, it's a new one, I think, Jason, the Alessandro vid. You can't bookmark a podcast, maybe. Oh yeah, Matt's got a new track. You guys should check that out. He said he's not condoning the reefer. Wait, and then he recorded. Okay, cool. So there's a story to that. Cool. So check out Matt's song. What is it called, Matt? It's like hi-fi hip-hop or something? We got to roll this thing out right and make sure you're happy. Yeah, I don't want to get too I don't want to. I want to think about it like just enough, you know. I don't want to get too. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in. That's kind of the thing too. Is I think a lot of you guys have seen. You know, I was first doing more stuff. I was kind of that was the big thing this year with the break I took. I was doing so many things in this whirlwind of creativity, and I just kind of realized. I kind of took when I took a step back. I was like, well, what am I really working toward, or what is this really accomplishing? And that's kind of, in a weird way, it was the thing that is pushing me toward now taking a little bit more time with the stuff I'm working on, because I feel like I kind of discovered the path I want to be on, and now I'm like, oh, well, now I need to. This is what I need to do to keep going down there. So, it's tough. Trap hi-hats, yeah. Yeah, the lo-fi hip-hop talk last week. Oh, Jason, he said, getting started, to be honest, it's just plain laziness. I live in a small apartment with two other people, so to make space to create takes a lot of effort. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I always joke about here. Like, what you literally see at the pretty much the end of that right here on this shelf, that's like my space is maybe like 4 feet by like, I don't even know. I probably have like almost 30, like less than 30 square feet of space right here that I have like pretty much all my stuff set up in. Because I don't have a big place either. I was actually thinking about a couple bands I used to be in, used to play and practice and record in like a storage unit. Here in New York, there's a few places that are, some of them are climate controlled and some of them aren't. And I was thinking like once it gets nicer out, I might just like rent one for like 6 months and just start doing a lot of stuff out of there. Maybe even do the stream out of there too. But yeah, the space thing is definitely always a concern depending on what you want to do. But maybe you can do something just on the computer, you know, make some computer music if it's a question of setting things up. Because I found that too, like in the process of doing things and being productive, the less friction there is in terms of getting started is really the goal to be aimed at. Setting up as much as you can, having as many things out and ready to go, because you never know when you may be inspired, you know, and to channel that inspiration, you can't be having like equipment and setup issues get in the way of that, because sometimes it's a very fleeting moment in which that inspiration hits. Oh, Jason said, I need to release a tape a month, but I'd rather do more quality than quantity. Yeah, okay, so that's a really important thing, or important part of it, is because for me too, it's always been a quantity versus quality thing, and that's like with the channel too. I think David was saying to me one time, he's like, you should do less videos. It seems like you do like way too many. And that's kind of where it was happening, was like the quantity at which I was doing the videos, I felt like it was kind of taking a toll on the quality of them. And I have said in the past that I think quantity leads to quality. I think especially if you're starting out in a project, or starting out in a creative field, or starting out in cooking, whatever it is, the more that you do that thing in the beginning, the better you will get at it in post. Because what you got to do is close the gap between your taste level and your ability level. So like when you start out on something, it's not lined up with your taste. Like you may have like really good taste in something, but your ability level, say music, is not up to where your taste level is. So then you make something and you're like, this sucks, why don't I like this? And it's because you have really good taste, but you need to get that ability of your ability to execute on your taste level. So the only way to get closer to that, close the gap that's here between your taste and your abilities, to do more and more shit until you are hitting that level of your taste. And it's funny because I feel like over the course of the channel, the time that I've been doing the channel, like my ability level has gotten very close to my taste level. And that's why now I'm like, maybe just taking almost too much time, if that makes sense, to try to like make it good. If that makes sense. Because I feel like my ability has gotten closer. I'm closing that gap, and now I'm like, oh well, maybe if I spend a little more time, I can get to that level. So it remains to be seen, because I feel like my philosophy has changed a little bit, because I think I've done a lot of quantity, and now I'm at a point where I want to focus more on quality. And the same with the podcast, I did a lot of episodes, and the quality may not have, when I first started doing the solo ones, I was listening back to some of them, and like compared to the ones I recently did this weekend that are coming out, the last 2 episodes, it's like, to me, it's night and day. It's pretty wild how much better the later ones are in a lot of ways. So yeah, quality and quantity is always an interesting, that's actually a huge chapter of the book. Jeb said, one thing I picked up from your approach, Mike, is that you aren't too precious about what you do. You just finish things and move on. Yeah. That's kind of what I was just saying. Like, kind of the problem I've been hitting is that I have been getting a little too precious about it. Because like in the past, I was way too precious about stuff. And then I kind of realized like that wasn't a great way to do it because of that gap that I was explaining about. And now I'm like I think that's kind of the problem, is like I've been getting almost too precious again, which is odd because there's not really anything at stake. Like, what has changed, So that's a really good point, Jeb. I think you kind of like brought me back to reality. It's like, just keep moving, just keep doing stuff, It's that preciousness that I think holds a lot of people back and deters a lot of people from doing stuff, especially when it comes to perfection too. People will right out of the gate expect to have their ability match their taste. So when that doesn't happen, they give up. And I think that's always the big impedance, right? And the other thing I was talking about with my buddy Sean this past weekend is that, especially if you don't have people that support you, or that see your potential and give you inspiration and give you encouragement. That's something that with the channel is like a really big thing I always wanted to do, and that's like one of the biggest reasons I started it, was because I was talking with him. Like, we went to school together, and he was in like a film program and I was in a writing program, and just the professors that we had, with the exception of one guy in the film department, they were just fucking assholes, and they were so discouraging of like younger artists and people doing things. And I just didn't want that to be other people's experience, because I want to be the person that I wish I had when I was younger, if that makes sense, that I had access to. Yeah, because I think that's like one of the most important things, is like inspiring other creative people to do their thing, because there's so many things in the world that'll tell you not to be creative or not to do your thing. And I think that's a real shame. Oh yeah, the inflation of the task machine on the internet. Yeah, that's true. I think after that Alessandro vid, the prices are definitely going to bump even further up. I was looking at some of the prices. If you look at some of the stuff on Reverb now, like the Tascam stuff, like some of the older ones that people are trying to charge like $1,000 for, it's absolutely bonkers. Oh man, I'm losing. Yo, Third Island, what's up, Third Island? How's it going, Steven? What's going on? Dalika Sahara says, Keston Harris says, yo, I love you too. Third Island is here. Oh my God, Third Island is one of my favorite YouTube channels. Really low key, just fixing all sorts of different Tascams, and just great informational videos. Third Island, thank you so much for what you do and all the vids you make. It's really sick. If you're looking to fix your 4-track, definitely subscribe to Third Island and check out the vids that they're putting out. It's some really cool stuff. While we have you here, I wanted to add, Third Island, are you like a authorized service center? Are you just somebody that fixes the stuff for a hobby? Like, what's the what's the backstory with your channel and what you're doing on there? So let me like catch up while Third Island's getting back to us there. Yeah, so computer music, less friction. Yeah, he had me eyeing a Digitakt or an Electribe. Just wanting to get my ideas out. The idea of friction has me thinking, yeah, you got to get rid of anything that's going to cause you not to do what you want to do. I think initially, right? Uh, you know, that's a big thing for me, right? I use a lot of samples and fake drum stuff, and I made that whole metal album with the Logic drummer, a couple months back, and it was like the big reason is because I can't in my little space here. I live in a condo apartment building complex kind of thing, and I can't rock out on the drums. I would love to be able to have access to that, and I can do that at Jay's, but the same deal. It's like I can't always wait to hang out with Jay and record stuff, so I kind of just started using what I have access to, which is drum samples, sampling my own drums at Hapros, using drum machines. I really like some of the sounds of vintage drum machines, and that's what I mean. Like that was a huge point of friction for my process. Pretty much the only thing holding me back. So I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'll just use fake drums. So, oh, cool. Okay, so Third Island is a television broadcast engineer. Cool. They have a good background in Eastern music, but do not record music. Fascinating. So where do you get all those 4-tracks that you're repairing? Are they just from your own collection? Do you have people sending them to you? I just wonder like how you do it. Oh, Adam, what's up? In Japan. Happy to catch you live. Thanks for the knowledge. Yo, I think you may be our first Japanese viewer. Thanks for coming through the chat. Yeah, I can't stress enough though. Third Island, check out Third Island's channel. It's really cool if you like the repairing or you have issues with your stuff. I was just watching the video you put out today on the fast forward rewind repair. That was pretty interesting. Oh, okay, I buy from eBay, repair and resell. Awesome. And are you based in the States? And I guess it's just a hobby for you too. This is really cool. Dude, I have no idea how much you put so much content out there and still have a job and normal sort of life. It's Mario. Oh, thanks, Jeb. It's just about like there's like you gotta just like I guess I don't really do much outside of those things. So like work and then like life stuff and then channel stuff and even today, like with the stream, it's like I could just be watching Netflix or something. It's prioritizing things, that's a big thing in that productivity book too. Like that was when I was working at the post office, in the beginning of the channel. Like I was saying, a lot of that stuff I woke up early to do before work. And then a lot of it is just batch processing, honestly, which is why like the podcast, for instance, the last 2 episodes, they're already done and scheduled and ready to come out because I just did them at the same time, essentially. Or I think I filmed them a little bit apart, but batch processing, Jeb, is really what it's all about. The more you can do, like instead of filming something, balancing it out, editing it, uploading it, take a day or an hour, or once you have the camera set up, just shoot everything you want to shoot for the week or the month. Because that's really how you can do. And that's the thing, like some of the videos, like the talking head kind of videos, like if you have an idea and you want to just talk about it for like 5 minutes, it takes as long as it does to talk about it. And then you can just, if you talk about it without like stopping or pretty fluidly, you can just upload it, and it wouldn't take you more than, sometimes it doesn't take more than like a half hour to an hour, like the total process. So if you do like 4 videos, and you could pretty much do those in like an afternoon. It depends on the videos though. That's the whole thing too, right? So I almost want to rather than take the 4 hours, 6 hours I do a week, maybe doing stuff, I kind of want to focus on doing like one video in that time and trying to do, stuff that's more produced. But thanks, man. It really just comes down to I honestly think anybody could do it, man. It just comes down to batch processing and prioritizing it, And so thanks, man. Jeb said I've been playing with that approach too. Oh, Steven, what's up? How you doing? I don't know if I said hi. Gabe said lately I've been leaning on the write a song an hour process and letting the basic guitar vocal demos sit until the good ones stick out. That's awesome, Gabe. There's something to be said. I was listening to or heard something about. I think he passed away a few years ago. But I found it really inspiring, like the process. I can't think of his name. Jay Reatard. Saying like, because he had like a pretty crazy output of stuff, and I think he said something, or it was an interview, or somebody said he would write a song a day, very quickly, I suppose. And then at the end of the week, on like Sunday or something, I may be paraphrasing a little bit, but, go back and listen to the songs and then work on the best one. So, I think there's something to be said about the quantity and kind of, and not being too precious about it, And sometimes you'll have a streak of tracks that you like a lot, and sometimes that streak won't be as much, But I think that's kind of the testament, because I think it's always better to have more to pick from than to have less, right? So the thing I'm putting out, with Jason, I think I have like 13 or 14 songs, and I'm kind of just doing the best 8 or like the best 9, depending. Which I honestly wish I had more. But yeah, there's something to be said about doing more things and then kind of picking the best of them. Because like for me, I think like 1 out of every 4 songs usually is pretty good. But those other 3, maybe combining them will come up with something cool. Maybe they're just kind of like a jam that gets lost. And I feel like as long as you learn something each time you do that, it's never a bad idea. Matt was saying, quantity has really helped me. I record half a song in a couple hours once a week, but I'm mostly just learning my equipment so I'm not bogged down all the time, and spend more time just playing. Cool. So mostly learning my equipment so I'm not bogged down all the time. Cool. Yeah. Because that's the other thing too. Like I got Jody sent me the OP1 from Teenage Engineering to check out, and a while ago now, and I just hadn't had time. Like the Keeley stuff. Keeley sent those pedals, and I had to do some vids with that. But I've been like watching videos now, and I gotta start doing that too. Like I want to get into that instrument. It's just like one of those other. It's like another thing, It's like having a laundry list of things to do, and it's like you can only do, pick 3 of these things out of 20 or something, and like that's what you can do. And that's why I like the podcast too, right? It's like as much as I want to keep doing that, there's other things I want to do as well. So it's out of like the big 3 things that I can do, that's kind of the one that's like, well, maybe that's what needs to change, Sorry, I'm really behind on these. Oh, cool. Third Island's in New York. That's awesome. Mike has streamlined his workflow, his recording process simple. He knows it well. Something to be said about that. Don't get hung up on adding more and more new gear. Yeah, that's definitely a big thing, Matt. Like, getting to know your stuff and then just sticking with what you got, because constantly there's always going to be new stuff coming out. There's always going to be new equipment that you can use. And like Matt was saying too, the other Matt, like you don't want to get bogged down in like how to use it, especially, the friction we were talking about with Jason too. It's like you don't want to get bogged down with like having to learn equipment when what you really want to do is just play music. That's a big thing I talk about in the Cure for Gas ebook. It's a free download over on the website 424recording.com if you guys haven't checked that out. But yeah, the ebook Cure for Gas, that's something I talk about a lot. In that is, it's like when you want to go buy something, I feel like 90% of the time is you just want to play, but it comes out in this like tangent. It comes out in this tangential idea of like, oh, well, if I buy something, it's kind of fulfilling your desire to play. And then, oh, well, I'll play with it once I get it. And then you're just stuck in this loop of like, instead of actually just playing, you are buying shit to fulfill that urge or that thought of I want to play music. So yeah, I think new gear is fun and it can serve as inspiration. You know, like the Keeley stuff. I'm really happy they sent those. Those are fucking sick, and the whole new palette of stuff and overwhelming because it's like I like learning new stuff and sometimes when you just want to make some music, but yeah, it's a tough balance. You know, that's a big thing I want to just get across on the channel too. You know, is not not like lusting after gear all the time when maybe what you really want to do is creating, because like again you only have so much time. So if you spend your time, you know, sniping auctions on eBay or researching something for 4 hours when you could have wrote 4 songs in 4 hours, you know. Mike needs an intern. Yeah, I should get an intern. That's funny. That'll be awesome. I'll give you college credit. Oh, the drum recording video. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I made a drum course. I've kind of taken it down for now. That's what Jeb's referring to. It took a while, man. That's like I don't know the exact amount of time, but it definitely took between like 20 and like 30 hours, I would say, to like film it, edit it, kind of like do everything with it. Because I was really trying. I was like a try hard on that one. And I don't know. I think maybe the paywall was unfortunate. Maybe turned some people off. I might just upload that. I don't know. Yeah, doing YouTube is crazy, man. Yo, what's up, Bean Trees? James, what's going on? I bet Mike would be putting out music crazy if he wasn't a YouTuber. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, that's something else too, right? It's like I think I need to combine more of like music making again with YouTube. It's funny though. I think, yeah, I haven't been like doing much writing lately. I should probably do some more. I don't know. I'm in a strange spot right now creatively. Trying to like change a couple things, and then I'm like doing certain things and trying to write more and or like write like, you know, write like the book. That's what I mean. Like write more like that. So again, it's just time. It's like the need of the intern, you know, like I need somebody just like managing all my projects and like telling me what to work on. Oh, James is spending dad time with us. That's awesome. One kid down, one to go for Jason. Yeah, dude, it's really nice here in New York too. Yeah, the YouTube, I'm really glad to have it in like just as like a creative outlet. It's been really great. You know, I can always kind of come to my channel and just make something and get it out there to people and have it. And that's something I always try to tell anybody who's trying to get their stuff out there is start a channel. You know, show people what you can do. Put up your music. Like Matt's doing that. Jason's been doing that. It's really cool. You know, I think it's oh yeah, Stefan's been doing that. It's really awesome. Like just as a creative outlet, and I definitely do enjoy it and feel like it's a really big part of my output now as a creative. You know, I really like making movies right now or making videos. You know, it's like a really fun shift in my creativity. But yeah, I want to do more music. That's funny, man. You guys are like making me think a lot. Yeah, endless noodling. I don't know. I may have missed that part. Yeah, I was hoping the 4-track would remedy that. What ended up doing was becoming another device for tinkering. Oh, that's too bad, Jeb. Not much, James. Thanks for coming on the... Oh, Stefan, I was just saying, with your channel, you've been putting out some vids. Good to see you, Stefan. KA, what's up? Write a soundtrack to your book. Oh, I was thinking that. Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I was thinking that, KA. That's really funny. I was thinking about putting out like a tape with the book that you could like, I don't know. That's like really fun. Maybe like you could read certain chapters with the tape or something. Soundtrack music. North Anchor, what's going on? Jay, yeah, Jay, he had an issue with his car tonight. I could have went up there, but I don't know, I wasn't like feeling the greatest, so I figured, well, I'll just do a shorter, maybe chill stream tonight. And then next week we're doing the pizza party. It's my birthday next week, so that's gonna be fun. Which is literally gonna just be us on stream with the pizza, so nothing too special, but yeah. So I think Jay's coming here next week, but yeah, he had an issue with his car, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll get to see him. We'll definitely get to see him next week. I don't know. He must be busy. I should have told him we were going live. I mean, he knows. I think he knows we're here. Oh, that's funny. I tuned in and heard my name. Haha, that's really ironic, man. That's like such strangely perfect timing. Yeah, man, definitely. Nice to have an audience, like-minded people to give you advice, bounce ideas off of, simply hear your stuff. For sure, man, for sure. That's something that's been, a lot of, there's a lot of ideas wrapped up in it, but I think the YouTube thing has been so positive for me as just an artist and putting stuff out there, because I think I would have, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't start doing it or like commit to doing it. It's been really positive for my output even, because it's kind of like a deadline and something I've never been great at is like, okay, I'm going to get this done in this amount of time on this day. And I just started doing it and now I've just been sticking with it. So it's really positive, like in that sense, and having like such a great community of people like the Task Fam, and it's cool. A lot of you guys, bounce ideas off of each other too, and talk about music and stuff. It's fucking sick, It's such a positive force of like inertia and momentum. So thank you all for being that. It's awesome. Getting all sentimental here. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got some. This is a good idea. Jason said, "I would love to see something along the lines of the Just a Trick vids for the next album. Those behind the scenes recordings vids are some of my faves." Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, that's something I really want to spend more time on, And that's why I think with the pod, for instance, maybe I can replace the energy I was putting into the podcast to making a vid on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something, or maybe Thursdays, about the new recording process for the next album. Stefan is definitely the social media master. Check out Matt's new track. He's bumping it in the chat. He's trying to get some feedback on that one. Stefan said, I've been busy recording my bands and reaching the limitations of the 424 a little bit, especially with one channel buzzing. Ah, yes. The fatal 4 track becoming a 3 track. Yes, I'm very familiar with that as well, as you probably know. You were called through the ether, Stefan. Yeah, for sure. That is like definitely what happened. Stefan has also been using the Zoom R16, which can do 8 digital channels, but I miss having the mixer and the drums sound digital. Yeah. Switch to GarageBand. Oh, cool. How are you liking Reaper, man? That's awesome. But you still have access to it. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta. It's like so many things to do. So many things you want to do. Yeah. Well, so what do you guys think? So I've been talking about doing the book. Is that something that would be interesting to you as part of the Task Fam? Because it's definitely gonna take some time to do. It would just be like a nonfiction, probably 100-200 page book. It would definitely come as an ebook. Definitely be as like a tangible book. I'm just trying to get an idea, if that's something people are interested in. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just something I could work on in the background, and when it gets done, it gets done. So, I don't know. The other thing I was going to ask is I had a couple things. Also, if you guys could get a chance, what are some of your biggest frustrations related to recording and music? That's something else I wanted to talk about tonight. Just meant to leave that pretty wide open. There's a vid going to be coming out on Friday about that too. Just trying to get some ideas. Again, just to help the direction of what I'm going to be doing, and like what are the pain points during your process, you know? Because a big thing I thought was one of those, for like a lot of the frustrations, is the process and the productivity and you know, thoughts and like ways to break through writer's block, and that was like the podcast, you know. But I don't know, like based on, I know there's like a hardcore core group of people that enjoy that, but like overall this just seems like, I don't know, it's like something I really enjoy, but I don't know for like the task fan, the audience, what you guys are into. Jeb said, do the book. I can tell you want to. It'll be good and worthy reference. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I think I need to just shut up and get to work. Matt said, plan on ever doing another mic. Plan on... I don't know if I understand that one, Matt. A book would be awesome. Okay. I always do this, but like I'll get a good jam going to sample and then forget to record. The process is part of it. The journey. Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, well, thanks. I appreciate the feedback on that. Yeah, I do that too a lot with the recording, like either with the camera or with like doing voiceovers and stuff. Like I just I always forget to hit record. Matt, my biggest frustration is hearing the wonderful sound coming out of my amp, but losing all its luster by the time it's a wave or MP3, no matter... Oh, interesting. Okay, so guitar, so sort of like guitar recording and mixing maybe? Write that one down. Guitar recording, mixing. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, what do you think that's a function of? Like, why do you think it kind of loses its luster? Jeb said, I have one that cut all the vocals. Nice, dude. Hey, Bobby, what's going on? Good to see you. No Jay tonight. His car was fucked up, so next week though, Jay's gonna be here. I could have went up this week back to his place, but I'm a little bit under the weather. I wasn't like feeling 100%. James said, I get anxious when I'm setting up when I have an idea. I fear losing the feel of it in the moment. Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. I think before you had showed up, just James, I think, was saying, or Jason was saying, like removing the friction is really important to the process and kind of having everything set up and ready to go. And I don't know if you have what you're using for like a phone these days, James, but the voice recorder app is pretty useful if you're just like, you know, with the acoustic and just want to get something recorded really quickly. It's very easy to pull it out and just, you know, that's what she said, and just like hit record on it. Matt said, writing a song in an hour. Would you ever do something like that again? Maybe, but maybe not streaming it, just film and edit it. Hashtag never forget Jay. Yeah, Matt, that's funny. I was thinking about doing a series like that of writing a song in an hour. Part of the reason I kind of haven't been doing it is just because like I was a little burnt out, man, on like making music at one point. But that's actually, I have some pretty big ideas for an episodic show of you know, writing a song in an hour. And part of it is like my setup. I want to do it like in a very specific way, and I just don't have the room to do it. But I really should just get it going, I think. Thank you for that, Matt. That's really helpful. Because that's like another thing I've been wanting to do, a series on that, like writing a song, if it's once a week, or I mean once a month, once a week, you know, kind of having like a core group of like shows, I guess, on the channel, You know, whereas like Trash or Fantastic, doing one of those every once in a while, doing like writing a song in an hour every once in a while. I'm not really sure how strict of a format, but you know, thinking about the channel more in terms of series, right, than just kind of random videos. So yeah, thank you for that, Matt. That's big. I really I have been meaning to do something like that. And you think of an edited version would be better. That was the other thing too. Like streaming it can be stressful. You know, that's the thing. I think because at first I was thinking about just doing it live, but it seems like some people said the live is cool and they liked watching the whole thing, and then other people were saying they thought an edited version would be really cool. So I think that would be, yeah. There's definitely something to be experiment. I think that's going to be an experiment that's going to be ran on the channel, Matt. Thank you. I should. Writing a song in an hour. Pull it right out. Jay's here. What up, Jay? If anybody has any questions for Jay, he's in the chat right now, so you can hit him up. We got Coop. What's going on? How's the car, Jay? Were you able to make it home? Also, recordings all sound amazing when played off the 424 into a PA and speakers or headphones, but a lot of the magic... Yeah, Stefan, I've noticed that too. What happens when you bounce, right, from the 424? What happens to the quality? I always say that too about it, like 424 to computer. Like, there's just something about the tape. I always said it sounds very three-dimensional when you're listening to it on like the 424, and then when you bounce it down, it kind of loses that third dimension. It gets very two-dimensional, which is a real shame. I don't know if there's really any way around that other than to bypass, you know, because like the way around that I think would be record on the 424 and then bounce down to a master deck and then make tapes off that. Like, don't even just completely bypass the computer, right? But that's something that would be worth experimenting with and seeing if there's a way that we can make it so that that doesn't get lost in translation. The Bill Murray vehicle. My mics leave a lot to be desired. Oh, I'm really far behind. Holy shit. Bouldering, what's going on? JPC, what's going on? Man, we got the whole crew coming out tonight. Coop, what's up, buddy? Gil. Oh, Gil's still hanging. Oh, awesome. Man, full house tonight. Full house tonight. Yeah, so biggest frustrations, that's what we're talking about right now. What's your biggest frustration when it comes to music, recording, anything related to that realm? You know, just trying to source some new ideas for videos and yeah. And just curious, like what holds you back the most from doing what you want to do? Matt said my mics leave a lot to desire. I think that's my next step. I don't really have an instrument mic quite yet. James said my biggest frustration, technical ability, having to stop what I'm doing to figure out a different way to do something, which takes longer. Yeah. So you mean like in terms of the equipment? Oh yeah, Bobby, I saw that you had asked this question, but I couldn't find it. It came up on my phone or it came up on my computer, and then I couldn't find where you had asked this. So Bobby said, Mike, what on the Keeley double tracker, how do you connect an XLR? I just went straight in with the tube MP. I just used the tube MP into the double tracker. You could also send a signal out and sort of like reamp through it. But I was talking with Robbie, who sent me that double tracker, and I don't know. He said that they may be doing a new version of it, or that they should do a new version of it. I'd really like to see a new version, a second version of that Keeley double tracker with like an XLR and maybe some other features. But it sounds like there may be some rumblings of them thinking about doing a second version of it, but you didn't hear it from here. And I don't know, that could just be a big rumor. I don't want to start like a rumor, but yeah, just use like a tube MP, use a preamp, or you can record and then reamp through it. Or you could use it on the the stereo bus of the 424. Jeb said, my biggest frustration is coming up with lyrics. So Matt said mics. Jason said technical ability. Jeb's saying lyrics. I just don't have anything to say. The song is what I want to say, but you still need lyrics. Yeah, so like in that sense, Jeb, that could be a cool video to do. I think I mentioned this before. Something like Come Together by the Beatles, right? Great example. The lyrics like don't really make any sense. They don't really mean, they kind of mean whatever you want it to mean. You know, it's not, I think some of those lyrics are actually lifted from a song by Chuck Berry. So, because Lennon was like really inspired by Chuck Berry, but maybe just think about it in terms of just words, or like Beck. You know, he uses a lot of words that are just like, you know, maybe they just kind of sound cool. They don't really have like a meaning to them. So maybe try writing stuff more in that style of just pick some words that you think sound cool, and because I know what that's like too, like feeling like you have nothing to say. Like I kind of feel like sometimes I lean on writing like negative stuff about songs or situations or people that I thought were like fucked up, you know, like Just a Trick is littered with songs like that. But because that's something, one of my favorite songwriters, Richard Davies, he's not Ray Davies, well I'd like Ray Davies too, but Richard Davies is like an Australian singer-songwriter. His stuff is very like, it doesn't really make sense, but it's just, I don't know. It has a really cool sound to it, and he just kind of picks words that maybe sound good together. So maybe think about them less as like what you have to say, and just something that sounds good to you, even if it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't have to make sense. Okay, he says use the voice memos. Yeah, I do that too. Non-musical ones. Sometimes I feel like Dale Gribble. Nice, great reference. Yeah, 57 is great. Matt, I don't know if you've got one of those. Jason said, I'm never happy with the 57 on my guitar. Try a condenser. Keep a lot of books around. Oh, that's a good idea, James. Match those two guys. Nice. Damn, some really great suggestions. I don't know why I'm so behind. We always fall behind on the chat. JPC coming through. Good thing about your channel is that the videos are timeless. The information. Oh, thanks, man. That's such a great compliment, Jason. Thank you so much. That's what I've noticed about some of the older videos, is that they have like an evergreen quality to it. I think that's really important. And I was talking about that with Jay today. You know, like I started exploring some videos about like music news and stuff that's like more ephemeral, and while that stuff in the short term gets maybe more interest or something, like in the long term, the stuff that's just like informational and can be, you know, somebody searching for it, I think that's kind of the other goal with it too, you know, is like I want it to be the idea like exactly that. Thank you for that feedback. I really appreciate that. Oh, Bouldering said, I got a micro cassette recorder, is ready when I'm feeling creative, easier to use when I'm driving. It's fun to mess with the speed. Yeah. I used to have one of those too. I think we've talked about that. I got to get that back. Somebody kind of yanked it from me. Yeah, the E609. That's a great guitar mic too. Bobby said, I constantly write and record and I have a ton of unfinished crap, but I usually get it. That's pretty good. Yeah, the new Bobby. We were talking about that video earlier. There's the Alessandro Cortini video where he's working with the Tascam 414. Very cool. I was saying how like it seemed like there was almost like a bump on 44 recording channel from that too, because I noticed they have like a new feature, and it says like the last 48 hours or something what your popular or what people watched on your channel. And the last, like, all the videos in the past, like, 48 hours since that video has come out have been, you know, like, people searching for, like, how to record on the 414 and the 424 and using the 4. It's, like, really funny. It's almost like that. It's caused more people to search for it, which is good. But I guess if you're looking to get a 414 or a 424, you should probably get one sooner than later, because it seems like the stuff's going to jump in price. I saw on Reverb there's like Tascam 246s and stuff like that. Like people are asking almost like a K for them. It's fucking crazy. I think we're gonna see a run on this stuff right now. I don't know. Jay, why didn't you carjack somebody? That's a good question. Oh, because I don't think I'd like jail mostly. Nice. I have words, putting it all together. Yeah, okay, so lyrical stuff. XLR to TRS. Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, Stefan with the great advice. Just write more songs. Write and write and write. Each one will get better. Some will be keepers, some won't. Yeah. Definitely. Biggest frustration, Exodus. What's up, dude? Trying to be perfect. Yes, perfectionism. That's a big one. I should do more stuff on that. Perfectionism. Some of you guys are saying like guitar mics. I'm trying to write these down. I figured I could always go back to the chat. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some ideas from y'all. There's a video coming out Friday about the frustration stuff too. Like I said, just trying to get some more ideas for stuff to do, videos and things like that. But yeah, I appreciate that. So if you're just joining us, that's kind of the topic right now. Biggest frustrations when it comes to recording and music and doing your thing. Oh yeah, with lyricism, that's a good one. Lyrics. Sorry if I missed any. I was trying to write them down. Oh yeah, Jason was saying the technical stuff. Tech. That might be a cool video, like ways to record really fast when you're like inspired. How to record fast. I'll have to work on the title. 5 ways to record really fast. That's not a bad idea. That might be a fun one. Oh, okay. Putting it all together. Oh boy, I'm so far behind. Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom and go back up. Actually, no. I'm gonna go through this really quick. Jay was saying perfection is a myth. Everything has flaws if you look close enough. Yeah, absolutely. That's, I think, creative process is, what do they say? Like, nothing is ever completed, merely abandoned when it comes to working on stuff. Yeah, it's starting to warm up too. Yeah, definitely. Too many questions. Yeah, I need a secretary. Usually when Jay's here, we're pretty good at like both of us kind of getting the chat, but eventually it gets away from you. Wish no one knew about the Tascam. Yeah, I wonder if this sort of like, it would be really interesting to see if, that, I mean, it's one video, right? But like, I wonder if the I wonder if Tascam would ever consider putting out another 4-track. It seems like it's getting more popular again. Even just since the channel started, I feel like it's become a lot more popular. A lot of people search for it. Like Jason was saying, like some of the stuff's pretty timeless, like how-tos and videos like that. So yeah, it definitely seems like eventually, yeah, like I don't know, maybe they'd consider putting one out if there's enough interest in them. Although they'd probably just be like, oh, just get a digital one. What are you guys doing? Michael Jackson Dangerous album minus the news, just talking about music only. Oh, in terms of like flawlessness. But I mean, like he was, yeah, endless resources. They had so many people like working on the songs. Like I heard like one of those albums, they had like 100 tracks or something. And I mean, like he was an incredible musician. I mean, obviously the news stuff, whatever. That's a whole other topic, right? The stuff with that, but. Yeah, it seems like Reverb kind of went through and has been like picking out popular videos, like with the 4-track stuff. They kind of, I feel like they just searched like cassette recorder and then found the most popular video and was like, let's see if we can make more videos like that. That seems to be their MO with some of their content. Not calling them out, not sure if that's true, not trying to talk any shit, but perfection is your best enemy. Nice, Gil. I like that. Matt's got 3 424s and 3 Nakamichi decks. Now is the time to let some go. There you go. Supply and demand, my man. How did you learn to use Logic? Yo, that's a good question. Is that for me, Jason? Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do some more vids on that too, like using Logic. Super Tramp. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That's what's for Jay. Okay. Marantz has released another cassette deck. Wow, really? I don't know how much they cost when they were due. I want to say like $500. I never use the DAW. I imagine I will just watch a bunch of videos. I would say if you have access to a Mac, Jason, start with GarageBand, or if you have an iPhone, GarageBand. Stefan's been using Reaper, which I've always heard is a really good one. But GarageBand is basically a simpler version of Logic, so it's a really good learning tool if you want to eventually learn Logic. Basically, like, I'd recommend getting to know GarageBand stuff, and then once you start getting into things, you start questioning, like, oh, how do I do this in GarageBand? That's when to move to Logic, if that makes sense. So, like, GarageBand is like a really good starter program, and it has like some things that are really easy to use, but then you'll get to a level of using it where you'll be like, oh, well, how do I do this now? And the answer to how you do that is to use Logic, if that makes sense. Like, there's like a ceiling with it, I feel like. But I used to use GarageBand a lot, just because it was easy even before. It's gotten a lot better now and a lot simpler, but wow, 600 to 700 for a 44 new. Stefan, I paid $4.99. Wow. Yeah, you can find them. I would recommend looking locally for 4-tracks. That's where I found, like, well, Matt sent me one, and then the ones that I have got cheap, like, pretty locally. I mean, got locally for pretty cheap. Yo, 4-track interface hybrid. That sounds cool. Damn, nice, Bobby. 424 and a 414. Acid is good. Yeah, that's a good point. Consumers get a digital one. There's less money, so there's probably no demand enough for new tape machines. Mark II. Yeah, I used to have a Mark II. I sold mine. It was in such good shape. I regret selling that. I just felt like I had too many. Cool. Yeah, I don't know where that stuff ends, you know, with in terms of the 424. The prices, I mean. Like, if you look on Reverb now, it's pretty wild. Like, I'm gonna try to find a listing, you guys, to just show you. This is just getting nuts. Tascam, let's put Tascam 4-track, see what comes up. I think it was like a 246. I don't know why, like, I feel like the older ones are like not even as good a shape. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so, oh yeah, here's one. I mean, this is just nuts. I don't even know, like, this guy's trying to get $950. Look at this. That link I just posted is one of the 244s. Obviously, you know, there's another, like, it's just crazy. This guy wants, well, he's in Australia, so that's a little bit more, but just nuts, like the prices of stuff. Yeah, it seems like they're like about 500 now, about roughly on average, or at least that's what people are asking. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. Nice, 120, 414. That's not bad. Ooh. Yeah, that's almost like what I paid for mine, Exodus. $50. Yeah, mine was in the box. Probably that was mine. Got mine probably in like 2014, like one of the later ones I had. Oh, you're selling your old. You already sold the old NES and SNES. Yeah, I do like the 424 better too, than the 414. I noticed that too. It definitely has a different sound to it. I don't know what it is. I think they're just different machines, you know. Only difference is WoW and Flutter. Maybe I'm just partial to the 424. Oh shit, it's already 851? What? Oh man. What? Third Island, the cheapest 424 Mark III I bought for $9.99. Damn. Third Island, you don't fix stuff? I feel like you could have a nice business just fixing 4-tracks if you don't already do that. I know that you said you would buy them and fix them up, but yeah, so you guys should check out Third Island's channel. One of my favorite like sleeper hits is the Third Island channel. You guys should check it out. It's like just all about repairing cassette 4-tracks and things like that. It's kind of perfect for anybody who's into 4-tracks as a hobby. It's really awesome. Oh, do you have like what's your business? Do you have like a business that you want to like you have do you have a website or something? Yeah, my NES are gone. I bought the mini ones and uploaded all the ROMs instead. Oh, Jay said the preamps are similar on the 424 and 414, but the mixer architecture is totally different. ZM14 on eBay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you guys that sounds cool, Third Island. The green background. Okay. Yeah, dude. Channel is fucking dope, Third Island. So, thanks for coming through the chat. This is awesome. I've watched your videos for years. This is so funny. See how much it would cost. Nice. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Maybe he'll make a video about it too. Yo, guys, thank you so much for all the great ideas and frustrations, dude. Oh hell yeah. Yes, it's great. It's awesome. Thanks for like coming through and hanging out and chatting. I was always really curious about your channel and I wasn't sure if you just did it for as like a hobby or that's really cool knowing some of the background of it. It really it's really cool. And it's good to know that you're fixing them. If I have a more complicated problem that Jay is unable to fix, I'll definitely hit you up. Anyone into ADAT? Yeah, Jay is big into ADAT. I've been wanting to get into that too. I really want to get into. There's too many things. Too many things. Sounds good, Jason. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending your dad time with us tonight, as always. Definitely check out the Painted Blonde label. I'm going to have something coming out on that soon. This is Images by Jason's bandmate Elsa. PaintedBlonde.com. Definitely some cool ass shit. Sponsoring the live stream tonight. No, just kidding. Don't forget to check out Matt's song too. He's been pumping it in the chat. He's trying to get some feedback on that. He made a new hi-fi hip hop track. He's calling it. So cool. Yeah. So All right, guys. If there any last questions, do we have any Jay? What up with that questions? Since Jay's here, Jay and I will be back next week from the Pizza Party Central. Next week's pizza party. So get some pizza if you want to join in with us. Celebrating my birthday next week, so it's gonna be cool. And Jay, I hope the car works out, man. That fucking sucks. I hope everything works out. I'm sure we'll be in touch before that. Yeah, cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Last days of the pod, unfortunately. Working on that 424 book. Working on some stuff for the channel. Changing up some things. And yeah, make sure you check out the new episodes coming through. Yeah. So, all right. Third Island, thanks for coming through. Good to make your acquaintance. Good to see everybody. Yeah, Jeb, good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while since we saw you come through, man. I think you were here last week, but prior to that, we hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you again. Bouldering, thanks for coming through. JPC, thank you. Jay, Matt, Bobby, everybody. KA coming through. Stefan, Warren L, Jeremy, the Matt. We got the whole crew coming through, so that's cool. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, Jason. The Jasons were here. James, KA, Coop was chilling. We had a lot of peeps coming through tonight. What a fun one. Very fun. Thanks, guys. Thanks for spending your Wednesday night here on 424 Live. We'll be back. Me and Jay will be back next week. Pizza party. Come through. Come hang. Have a good night. And it's not a bad idea, Gil. Maybe one pod when you need it, not often. Keep the idea. That's a great idea, Gil. You have such great ideas, my friend. I gotta definitely. Yeah. I will definitely. I'll listen to that. I'm gonna work on the other mix tomorrow, dude. So I'll put that up and see. I'll let you know what I think. Matt, definitely, man. Definitely tomorrow. I have some time set aside for that. So, yeah, that's a good idea, Gil. Thanks for that, Gil. Always good to see you too, Gil. Great ideas, my friend. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Oh man, what a great night. Thanks for everybody for coming through. We'll catch you on the flip flop. Let you leave out on this one. Some art, some art that Jason sent.